All right, inviting guardians to Google Classroom is pretty simple. I will tell you there's a few things about inviting guardians. Elementary students, you might not necessarily need to invite guardians. Why is because a parent is not, when you invite a guardian, they're not logging into the Google Classroom. You're not giving them their own code to get into Google Classroom. They actually can't because they don't have an email under your school domain. So it's locked down pretty well. So just giving the code to join is not going to work for a parent. So they really need to be looking at their students' Google Classroom in order to see the classwork and materials that are in there. So for elementary kids, having guardians in the classroom, it's going to be quite a bit of work for you to get them all in there. Because to invite a guardian, you actually do need to, you're going to click on this invite and guardian. And then you have to type in the email, every guardian's email for that student that needs to be involved. So you can type from 1 up to 4 to 5 to 6 emails, whoever needs to be involved in the student's Google Classroom. You can invite as many as you want. So that can take a lot of work. Secondary teachers, I think as students get older, parents might be a little less involved or don't see things as much as they used to. You might then invite guardians for students that need, or one, the guardian is asked. So maybe you've sent out an email asking if they want to be a guardian in their child's classroom, or students that might be struggling or to get to a certain grade point level, then you invite the guardian. But you would do the same. You just type in the emails there of the guardian and then click invite. So once you've done that, the guardian is going to get an email, and we're going to go up here into the settings because you're going to be able to see an example of that. So go into your settings, and you scroll down, you'll see this guardian example. And again, here's all the information I'm going to tell you right now, but if you need to come back here, any questions you have, don't reach out to me, you might find it here. But what's going to happen is it's going to send an email to the guardian. It's going to ask them if they want to join the emails daily or get them weekly. And they can unsubscribe at any time. But what happens is they were going to get an email at 5 o'clock every day or 5 o'clock on Fridays that has the summary. So that's going to look like this. This is an example of a secondary student. So when a guardian is invited to more than one classroom, they're not going to get multiple emails for each classroom. They'll get one summary for every classroom that they're a guardian in. Okay, so again, this is in a secondary example. So they'll see student work, and then any missing work comes up first and the due date. Notice they don't click here to get into the assignment itself. They'll have to actually go to the student, ask them to open up Google Classroom so that they can see the assignment if they need to help them with it. They'll see anything that's coming up or due in the following week, and then any activity. So this is broken down now, you see by class as well, and any assignments, questions, polls, anything like that you put in Google Classroom will just show up here as an activity. Okay, so they just get the email. Like I said, they're not getting in or logging into Google Classroom. Google Classroom has been pretty stand by that of not wanting parents to have their own individual logins. So when you go back to Google Classroom, once you've invited guardians, you will see them here, and you can, like I said, uninvite or re-invite or add to throughout the year as you go if needed.